What's up guys, XP here. Today I wanted to help you guys improve at Fortnite, specifically at aim if you're newer to PC and even console aim, because I do have some experience for that. For my qualifications, I've had a lot of really good coaches because I used to grind Overwatch and do scrims and stuff. So I have a lot of experience in PC gaming in the past 2 years. Obviously, I'm not the best, but I feel like I am qualified because recently I got back into Overwatch. I got Grandmaster with not as aim-intensive characters like tanks, and I got Master, which is the top 3% only playing aim heroes. So while I'm not the best, I still know enough to help players improve. Alright, so the number one thing we need to do is realize what types of aim there are. There's hit scan, flicks, hit scan tracks, and projectiles. Currently, there aren't a lot of projectile tracking, but there is a sense of tracking when you're using rockets, but we'll get into that later. Hit scan means basically the moment you click is the moment that the damage is registered. And so with hit scan tracking, that's ARs and the burst ARs and anything that fires a lot of ammo that you have to move your mouse while you're shooting. Hit scan flicking is things like the deagle, or just things that do a large burst of damage and it registers instantly without you having to move your mouse. It's important to be able to distinguish these two because it requires a different type of aiming to be able to switch between. And now, really advanced players can switch in between them seamlessly, and I bet anyone can switch between seamlessly, but if you want to be a really good PC aimer, and this is what people do when they want to specialize in one area, is you want to specialize. Obviously, you might not always have this option, but when you have a full inventory of any gun you could possibly want, instead of swapping to a deagle and focusing on that burst damage, try to practice your AR more. And the more you spend tracking with your hand, you'll improve way more if you were just switching between tracking and flicking. Now, while they are both hit scan aim weapons, one of them requires a certain kind of mindset and hand-eye coordination to pull off, and the other. And eventually you'll be able to switch between the two seamlessly, but the way I practiced and the way I currently practice is right now I'm trying to get really good at tracking aim, so I try not to play the burst damage, but that's still important. Eventually you'll be able to do things like the old Quake lightning gun railgun combo, which is basically the deagle AR combo. Just hit them with the deagle, instantly swap to an AR and burst them in one shot. You'll be able to do things like that, but as for training, I would recommend playing one style at a time. Now, for projectile weapons, there's projectile flicking, which is using the sniper rifle, and basically what that's going to be able to accomplish is you're going to be able to quickly land your projectile from the moment you shoot to the moment it lands. It goes very quickly. The sniper rifle, it has, especially the gold one, it has a very quick travel time, but it is still a projectile, so you still have to lead. Obviously, in Fortnite, you don't have deathmatch mode, and you don't spawn in with a projectile weapon, so it's harder to be really good at projectile weapons. So, what I would suggest is, honestly, if you're really looking to be good at snipers, just use snipers. It's going to make you very uncomfortable, but after a certain time, you should get used to the lead time. I personally am very uncomfortable with snipers, and I don't use them as much as I should, but they're a very big asset to have, and eventually you're going to want to be proficient at projectiles and hit scan weapons. Now, for more tracking projectiles, the rockets, you need to have very long lead times because players are going to be moving a large distance by the time you switch rockets, so that you won't necessarily be able to flick the rocket to a location, but oftentimes what you'll do is just track and lead, and that's going to help you most of the time, and that's how rockets kind of work in this game. And I feel like you just have to switch between rockets, snipers, get comfortable with them, because I'm definitely not. As for PC peripherals, a game like Aim Hero, which I play every single day, especially the reflex mode, is going to help you improve tremendously just because of the fact that it simulates the in-game environment. Obviously, sensitivity is not exact. You can go to mousesensitivity.com and kind of realize what relations the particular games you have are to Fortnite, and then just enter that value inside of Aim Hero, and you'll have an easier time to really do well in the game. I prefer the reflex mode. I feel like that's the number one way to practice, along with the lightning gun, just because they're the two modes with the most unpredictability, and if you don't know where your target is, that causes better practice, because doing some training, like training bots in Overwatch, for example, you know where the bots are going to, so the practice is automatically less effective because it's more of a thing of memorizing where they're going instead of actually practicing your aim. As for console aim, back when I used to play console, my aim wasn't the best because I would often make bad habits. The number one thing I can say for console aim is just don't develop bad habits. Try to understand if you're leading too much, if you're going too much, because the aim assist allows you to always scope in at a similar time, even though it's not the correct time. You just get used to aiming, slightly outside the body. So just in Black Ops 2, I would often aim at their left shoulder for some reason, and then my spray pattern would go downwards horizontally. All I can say is just keep trying to reinforce good habits, and eventually you're going to have it. And that is how to improve aim in Fortnite. I'll be making more videos often. I'll try to do every day. Thanks for watching. This has been XP. I'll see you in the next one.